Hey everyone, it's Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're going to do today is we're playing RIENNE Rebirth. So, RIENNE, Angel of Rebirth, 5 converted mana cost, 5/4, flying because it's an angel, I mean, come on. And then other multicolored creatures you control get +1/+0. Sweet. So it's an anthem effect for all multicolored creatures, which we have a ton of in the deck. And then whenever another multicolored creature you control dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. So we do have a little bit of board wipe protection. We can swing in a little bit more aggressively as long as RIENNE's out there, which with the +1/+0, that's what we're wanting to do with this deck. And so there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with this card. But overall, it's the reason it hasn't been played too much is that like all of those things aren't that amazing. Unless you're all in on multicolored and like you find RIENNE at the right time, because I don't know, I feel like this would be a great 4 mana card that was like a 3/4 rather than a 5/4 at 5 mana. That's my thoughts with this card. Is I think it could have been, it's decent. The ability to have everything come back is okay, but a lot of times they just remove her first and then do something else, you know. So but it is board wipe protection. That's probably the one main thing, is that if they do have a board wipe, we get everything back from the battlefield except for her. And so that's pretty cool. So what this deck is trying to do is we're just playing tons of multicolored cards, and then Hero of Precinct 1. So Hero of Precinct 1, which creates a soldier every time that the humans come out. We also are trying to make sure that every like token that we end up having is multicolored as well, because like, so when Conclave Cavalier dies, whenever then it creates 2 green and white elf knight creature tokens. Those will become 3/2s with RIENNE. Just kind of a fun extra little bit of synergy that we have there. And then otherwise, we're just playing all of the great multicolored things, and 2 and 3 drops mostly, and then kind of up the way, just because there's a lot of good things that we have to be playing in here that are really fun. And then Palladium Moors to top it up, because I miss playing Palladia. It's just a really fun card, and I feel like there's not as many opportunities, because in Naya there's a lot of like good things that you're doing, and Palladia was always kind of like but I think it actually works pretty well in this deck. I think that it's an extra flying finisher. And again, so with this deck, I have 2 different types of decks that I tend to build. It's kind of like ones that I think are actually going to do really well, and ones that are like, this is a fun way to build this deck, or this idea. This is a little bit more towards the fun idea rather than super competitive, but it can also trash people as well. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this does, and wish me luck.
Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below.
All right, up against Limit LMS, and we are playing RIENNE Rebirth, and we can't really play anything. We can hopefully get to this Knight of Autumn. We're on the draw. I don't think this is quite good enough, where it's like we're not even sure about that. We are on the draw, so we can find Knight of Autumn, hopefully get some live, kind of slow things down. I do like all of our 3 drops here. I want to test this one out. We're gonna keep it. It's a little bit of a meh keep. Well, hello there. All right, there we go. We're good. All right, sweet. So Plains, pass the turn. Now we can decide which way we want to go with this. We can actually not put counters onto Knight of Autumn and grow it with Tajik. Let's go for the Petal Grove first. Pass the turn. We also have like Thrash Threat to maybe kill this Druid if it gets too out of hand. 4 mana. What they got? Beast Whisperer. That's annoying. So this is the Elf, Red Elf deck, which is kind of terrifying actually. Let's go for Tajik. Let's just get in for some damage. Maybe really on the next turn. Just in case, because I think this deck might be playing Vanquisher's Banner or something like that. If they want to trade with Beast Whisperer, we are totally fine with that. That is all good. Beast Whisperer is what probably turns on their deck, right? I mean, typically, if you're running Beast Whisperer, that's what you should be running it as. It's just like, man, we're going insane. This is a lot of red. All right, so it's not just an elf deck. Okay. Not an elf ball. Let's see if they get counters onto it. They do. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. We can grow Knight of Autumn to be able to kill the Spellbreaker. Swings in with that fella, down to 18. Zerta Goblin. Alright, so here's the question. Zerta Goblin. What does Thrash read? It just does damage equal to the power. So do we kill Beast Whisperer? I think that we kill Beast Whisperer before we actually want to deal with the Gruul Spellbreaker. We can play Aurelia's. We can do a lot of things that can take care of it afterwards. We could also just have it fight with Domri. Yeah, so we're gonna do that later. So let's go for Zerta Goblin. Let's actually Thrash first, just to make sure we play. Oh, can we not play it the right way? Oh, we can't play both, huh? Oh. Sorry, thinking, dude. Let's go for Aurelia. This has trample. We'll at least get in for 1 point of damage. If they want to kill the Gruul Spellbreaker or trade off, that's okay. I'd like to have an answer for the Beast Whisperer, but next turn we can Domri. If we find land, we can hopefully Domri and Zerta Goblin, and fight Aurelia here or here. All right, so down to 16. Get rid of the Spellbreaker. They can adapt these guys as well here, so they have lots of mana. Ravager Worm. Comes in with the counter, kills the Aurelia. Yeah, that's pretty good. I haven't seen a Ravager Worm in a long time. And opponent's just going off here. We also haven't been hitting our lands. And it's a little bit rough. I almost am just tempted to create the 4/4 here. Knight of Autumn is okay, but it's not amazing. We need to hold on to our removal. Let's go ahead and play Aurelia. We're going to take our beats from this fella, but we at least have blockers for everyone else. Pass the turn, and let's see what they've got. If they have another Ravager Worm, that's going to be insane. And very rude. Very rude. I like Tristani because it's another just... Oh. Alright, Itali. What do we do about that now? Dude, I haven't run up against a Stompy deck in forever. And we're definitely running up into it right now. Alright, down to 11. Grand Warlord Rada, huh? We can actually attack, get a counter onto this, and play something else. This is still a good blocker. Play Zerta Goblin. So, I mean, this is... It's not the worst. So, put it here. Swing in with both. If they want to block, here we also have the Thrash to kill it. So, the red-green... Counter onto it. If they block with the Tali, that's totally fine. All right, they're letting damage through. And now we just play... We kill the Beast Whisperer. We're dead to these guys. I think we play another blocker, but we can't actually kill a Tali. We can't actually kill anything. Oh, man, it's so rough. Let's just Thrash. I think we need to kill Beast Whisperer. And then I don't know what we do about these guys. I think this is actually already game. Let's see what they hit with the Tali, just because it's fun. I don't want to scoop before someone gets a swing with a Tali, because it's so rare to ever happen. There's Ravager Worm, so we're dead on board. This guy's convincing me that I shouldn't be doing this, but we're still gonna let it happen, because that's the nice thing to do, guys. If someone gets out something cool like an Tali, you let them at least swing in one time. That's how the game should work. Goes with haste. All right. If he had done the right there, I mean, he does get to swing in here as well. Still, yeah, we're not gonna take the block. Not blocking. Anything good? Whole bunch of crap. Well, now we'll concede. All right. You have to at least let them have the swing. But yeah, that's like a general rule of Magic. Like, that's the nice thing to do, just so you guys know. All right, up against Crumb Trum 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 trum. All right, Mulligan. Sorry guys. All right, and Shana. Shana okay. Shana's okay. Shana, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Shana? What do we go down? I guess it's Palladia. We're just so far away from that right now that I'm okay. All of these things are worth kind of playing. Conclave Cavalier I'm keeping because we have so much green and white mana that it's like, okay, that's a pretty high likelihood that we will get to that on turn 4 at some point or something like that. Alright, so let's go Sun Petal Grove. Let's go Shana. Maybe going for the Sky Knight would have been better than playing Shana after that. That's probably better. It just was going to cost pain. Alright, get this out. Swing for 2. Down to 18. If they don't play any creatures, then we're going to play this. Swing them in. Risen Reef. That's fine. We actually have a lot of damage hopefully coming through next turn. We want to find land. Cruel Spellbreaker. Alright, that's good too. Alright, let's go with Haste. And swing in. Dude, this is pretty aggressive. They're taking it down to 9. Alright, how crazy can they go with this Risen Reef? Omnath kills the Vanguard. Yay. This has it coming tapped and attacking too. Sweet. So dead on board, they have to block with both of these Risen Reefs. Or I think just one, but they're going to have to block, which Zerta Goblin helps us get there too. So yeah, we're actually going to focus on the Zerta Goblin, even though we can get Conclave Cavalier. Yeah, so tapped Goblin with Haste. Because this has Trample, this is actually lethal. So they block here, and there is... Actually, so yeah, so if they block here, it's still, they're not dead. It's 3... Alright, so yeah, so 6 damage is coming through here for sure. Wait, they didn't block there. Down to 1, okay. Alrighty, I mean, what do you do about this? Do they have the Chandra on turn 6? They don't have another red mana. No. Chandra would have been annoying. That actually would have killed everything. What else you got, man? You have to kill our entire board. Flame Sweep doesn't quite do it. Neoform into... What? Naru Meha. Nice. And then you get to copy the Neoform? Okay. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. Is this just an infinite combo? But copies it. It stays on the stack. They get to... So it's an additional cost to cast it, so they don't have to sacrifice because it's already been cast. So now they just get the value from putting it out there. This is awesome. This is super cool. They get to keep creating these. These guys are all... Is this an infinite loop? I was gonna say, I think that you run out of spark doubles at some point, right? And then it resolves. They get the last one. There's a Zagana. And I think that we're still wide enough to win. And then swing it in. But that was insane. That was really cool. Dude, that was so sweet. I got to figure that out. Yeah, so Narumeha, they end up creating 6 copies altogether because they get the spark doubles. How does it determine what the cost is? Because it's based off of what the last thing they triggered was, so it was whatever 3-drop that they had. Which Risen Reef is a good one to kind of be playing with that. That's really interesting. Okay, that's cool. Our against Chaos JMP. Bring it on. Bring it on. And we're gonna keep this. This time we're gonna go for the Sky Knight before the Shanna. Because I'm a genius. I'm just kidding. Because I'm a genius. All right, and yeah, Sky Knight actually into Tajik because Tajik's just amazing. Then into Shauna. Get a couple turns to swing in with the Sky Knight. And that's very aggressive start. If they don't have anything by turn 3, were we on the draw? This is a hand I really wish we were on the play for. Firebrand. That's cool. Down to 19. All right, Stomping Ground tap. Pass the turn. I'm hoping for an untap land here so we don't have to pay any more manas or any more life here. Or any life. I haven't paid any more yet, you know. All right, swings in with the Firebrand. That's cool. What's he got? Doesn't do anything else. Okay. It looks like removal then. Zerta Goblin actually pretty good here just because it requires a lightning strike over just a shock. But this is still... I'm going to go for the Vanguard. Just the best possible outcome. This ultimately creates a lot of value for us here. And I think that we want to get to this Tolosmir. Tolosmir is going to be good. They could have a Chain Whirler of sorts. We're going to go ahead and trade off here. Sacrifices. All right, Skewer the Critics. 3 to kill Sky Knight, and then probably a light up the stage. Yeah, Skewers. That's fine. Really not that great of a play. Sacred Foundry, we're going to play tapped. We're not going to pay any more life when we don't need to here. Zerta Goblin with a counter. Not without it because Shock would be able to hit just in case there. And see if this survives. They're stuck on 2 lands, it looks like. And now we can start going big. Which is fun. Quatley. Quatley's also fun. Alright, let's Tajik. Alright, swing in for 6. Start getting in damage. They're stuck on 2. We need to get ahead on the game. I'm assuming they probably have a shock or something to kill this. They kind of didn't have it before, though, so we'll see. Swing it in. Swing. Alright, there's the shock. That's fine. Down to 17. Past the turn. We want to get to this Rienne. We're actually going to play this with a counter. It's just a little bit more protected that way. Down to 14. Past the turn. We have a 2-turn clock if they can't get creatures down. Lava Coil. Alright, has all of the answers. Alright, pay the 2 life, play the Rienne. Next turn, Tolosmir is going to be pretty good. This also creates a token that is multicolored, so we get a little bit extra power out of it. Gets to fight even stronger things with Rienne. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys even know what this Huatli does. So this Huatli, 4 cover mana costs, tick up, put a loyalty counter onto it for each creature you control. So you can end up having tons of loyalty counters there. And then its ultimate, basically, once you get to 8, anytime a creature enters the battlefield, you draw a card. And so we can go insane with it. Because we go pretty wide with this deck, we can ultimate her in 2 turns. And then hopefully from that point, we at least have if we get the emblem, we just have the ability to just grind out games really well. So I have 1 copy in there just because I think it's really good to have. All right, up against Ruby Rod. Bring it on, Ruby Rod. Or Rudy Rod. Dude, Rudy is such a good movie. If you guys haven't seen that, it's worth it. Grow Spellbreaker on turn 3. Good enough, I guess. Nikia. The one issue with this is that we don't have like any X spells. We don't have anything. The one nice thing though is like if we get up to it, we still have a hand. If we have like Rienne having our stuff come back, we can play a lot of things in a turn. That's one issue with Rienne, is sometimes you can't do that. But we also do have a few occasional non-creature spells in the deck too. So it's like we want to get those out before we play Nikia. But, you know. Alright, so we're up against control. Nope, we're up against birds. It would look like. Alright, play Mountain, play Spellbreaker. Let's go with a counter. Pass the turn. Eagle comes in. Okay. Domri. Well, I was going to do other stuff, but Domri's pretty good. We do lose our Domri after this, but killing an Eagle, worth it. Swinging in for 5. Beast. Alright, swing it in. Down to 17, past the turn. As long as we keep birds off of their lords and get to remove enough of them early on, we can win the game. Very Miscreant, okay. Swings in at Domri, okay, that's cool.
Oh, looks like you're all mouth.
That's all good.
And no hands.
Ooh, Knight of Autumn. Into Tajik for the next turn. Sweet. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yes. Alright, shrink you guys. Dude, that was a sweet draw. Alright. Down to 15, past the turn, and this is feeling great. This is feeling so good. Alright. Another favorable wins. Do they have another one? Swings in, that's fine. We get to play Tajik. We don't have anything else we'd rather play it at this point, right? Yeah, so Stomping Ground's perfect. Play it tap, Tajik. Swing in. It looks like they might have like a Spectral Sailor here, which can block and kill one of these guys. That's fine, but we're still getting some extra power on the board. Oh, Rally of Wings. Oops. I forgot that that untaps them. That's really good. Well, crap. Down to 13. They're actually ahead now because of the life gain. Dude, Birds is good. Birds are really good. Down to 10. Here's a hero. It's not quite what we're looking for. I guess it's good enough, though, especially with the Huatli coming up later. Swing in, see if they have another Rally of Wings. Takes it down to 15, past the turn. Are we dead? They have, it's a 2-turn clock here. We have to find an answer soon. Polizmir will help us gain some life, but the Siren Stormtamers can just counter the ability to fight. There's a Safara. No! Oh, it all went wrong at the very end. Polizmir. Now we actually... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't even submit one. We gave him the win there, and dang it, we lose. Ah! I feel like we were doing that really well. That Rally of Wings was rough. I think that you have to play as though they don't have it, though. But I did forget that that untaps them. It's been a while since I've played the Birds deck. But that was still a good game, I feel like. That was still... Like, I feel like we played everything that we needed to. We were doing lots of really good things. They just happen to have, like, the nuttiest of nut draws for that. I mean, they had double favorable wins. They had a Rally of Wings. They had 4 creatures and the bird. And then they had Safara. Like, I never draw like that in that deck. So that was pretty sweet. Good job, sir. Good job. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for the deck, put them down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.